On today's episode of the Cryptoverse. The German central bank does the German people a gross disservice by distorting the truth about Bitcoin and causing millions of people to miss the boat. TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse the web privately and enjoy a more open and secure internet experience. Try TunnelBear for free by checking out the link in the video description below. Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney. Now today is the 8th of May 2017, two announcements. Then we'll get the market roundup, then we'll get into the news. Just 5 days to go until the next Cryptoverse livestream. This is call-in show number 4, featuring the Peer Plays team. I'm talking about, we've got Jonathan Bahai, Michael Maloney, Robin Wilk coming in to do an Ask Me Anything and Q&A about Peer Plays and about the Peer Plays crowdfund. This livestream goes live the day before Peer Plays ICO closes. So this is the single last chance to invest in the ICO. So if you have any remaining questions, turn up to the live stream, post a question on Reddit or in the YouTube chat, or call into the show and you can ask them directly. I'll be hosting them for a good hour or so, and then after that, the Ask Me Anything will continue on Reddit. So set yourself a reminder on YouTube or sign up for the email list and I'll send you an email as the live stream is coming up. So check this out, Saturday the 13th of May, 4 PM GMT. See you there. And just to make sure everybody's aware of this, I'm going on vacation between the 21st of May and the 1st of June, so there will be either some disruption to the normal programming schedule or no episodes at all. So just making sure everybody's aware of that so you don't come by a surprise. 21st of May to the 1st of June, there will not be the normal process of Cryptoverse episodes being published. Now moving on to the market roundup, courtesy of CoinMarketCap.com. And wow, look at CoinMarketCap today. Total market cap of the entire Cryptoverse, 51 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is down to 52.9%. Oh my goodness, and we'll look at why that is in a minute. It's largely due to Ethereum and Ripple coming up in second and third place with huge market caps. Also, the total trading volume for the entire Cryptoverse in the last 24 hours is now $3 billion. That's a lot of trading going on, well, at least for the crypto community anyway. Now, let's go on to the actual prices themselves. Talk about coming out of nowhere. Stellar has jumped right into 8th place with a 138% gain. Now, I talk about the double-digit club, right? But I don't often talk about any coins in the triple-digit club. The Stellar has displaced Monero here by achieving a $459 million market cap. You know, I mentioned a 65% gain for Stellar the other day, but there was more to come, obviously. Now, I honestly have not heard any particular news coming out of the Stellar community that would be attributed to this price move, so I can't really explain it, why it would jump that much anyway. Elsewhere in the top 10, though, we have Ripple, which solidifies its place in third. It's been there for a while and now certainly going to stay there for some time with a $7 billion market cap after itself having 68.6% gain in the last 24 hours. That makes a Ripple just over 18 cents a coin. And I remember when Ripple was 2 cents, 3 cents, or even a fraction of a cent. This gain doesn't actually surprise me though, because Ripple is uniquely positioned to benefit both from the move towards cryptocurrencies, but without the same level of resistance from the legacy banking system, because it integrates with them, right? That's kind of the point of the Ripple protocol. And a couple of places below that, we've got NEM, leaped into the $1 billion market cap club in 5th position above Dash, right? Dash has gained 4.5% itself. However, NEM has pulled ahead by almost $400 million in market cap. NEM with a 76.6% gain in just 24 hours joins the $1 billion market cap club. One of only 5 coins to do so far. Now beyond that, we have two of my favorites in the top 20. We have Steam and we have BitShares. BitShares back in the top 20, having reached over $100 million in market cap itself. A BitShare is now trading at 4 cents after 26.7% gain in the last 24 hours. And BitShares was actually the second cryptocurrency that I studied after discovering Bitcoin. So I've got somewhat of a soft spot for BitShares. And of course, one of my other favorites, Steem, now ranked the 14th coin by market cap, with a market cap of almost $135 million, after it also has gained 20.4% today. Now what's going to happen next with Steem is just so predictable. All those mercenaries that were hanging around thinking Steem it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread, they soon disappeared when the price of Steem fell down from the high of $4 a coin. Now that its value is climbing again, I would almost bet money that many of them will come flooding back to the network, and they'll start posting on the Steem blockchain once again. Now, I want to make money from Steem too, of course, no doubt about that, but I've been investing time, energy, and attention in posting content to the site for over a year to increase its value as a platform and then to help build it as a long-term sustainable platform. Now, people who flit from one thing to another, right, based on where the easy money is at, I have very little respect for those people, because you can tell they're not really into the project, at a mission level. It's just sad what the love of money does to people's behavior, but I guess at the same time, it also shows who they really are. It's one of those tenets that I live by, which is money just makes you more of who you are. If you're a good and generous person, more money will just amplify your goodness and generosity. If you are a mercenary or greedy person, more money will just make you more mercenary and more greedy. And for the news segment today, we go over to one of my favorites, the Coin Telegraph. This article is a William Subag article posted just 30 minutes ago. Well, at time of recording anyway. It says Bitcoin, quote, speculatory object from unknown actors, according to the German central bank. Now, this is a very short article, but it was enough of a stimulus for a whole bunch of stuff to come up for me that I felt a very strong urge to put into today's episode. So let's get into this. German Bundesbank board member Karl Ludwig Thiele, I believe that is, has cautioned against Bitcoin, calling it a, quote, speculatory object issued by, quote, unknown actors. So what and so what? How are those two things a problem? Couldn't you say the same thing about most derivative instruments? Wasn't it speculatory objects from unknown actors that caused the 2008 financial crisis? Isn't it Deutsche Bank that was on the edge of insolvency, if it isn't already still, because of the massive number of derivatives that have been issued? Plus, is this even a true description of Bitcoin? No, so stop lying. So then it goes on to say in the orange here, in the comments given to our local newspaper, Die Welt am Sonntag, Karl said consumers should not forget Bitcoin's past just because its value is now higher than ever. So when should consumers take Bitcoin seriously? You know what infuriates me most is when these dinosaurs tell people what they should not be doing without offering a superior alternative, i.e. what they should be doing. The only reason I can think of why they don't do this is because they don't have a superior alternative. It's like a bad parent. All they do is tell their child, don't do this, don't do that, don't, without ever offering what they should be doing in opposition to that. And all that does is just puts people in paralysis. Like, they know all the things they can't do, but are not aware of what they should do. Maybe that's the goal. Anyway, moving on to the yellow bit here. There's a quote here. This guy, Karl Ludwig, says, quote, Bitcoin is a speculatory object, the value of which changes rapidly. It may have seen steep climbs recently, but things have been different in the past. Close quote. Another lie. So when Karl says things have been different in the past, how exactly? Right? Enough with the nebulous and vague communication. It just makes him appear like he has no clue what he's talking about. Right? The secret to my success is when I'm ready to make a point, I am very specific about it. And if I can't be specific about my point in detail, I shut the fuck up. Now he says, quote, "It may have seen steep climbs recently, but things have been different in the past," close quote. What you mean by this is that pattern where Bitcoin makes an all-time high, crashes down a bit, and then a little while later makes a new all-time high. Is that what you mean? Anyway, further to that, there's another quote. In the green, quote, "From our point of view, Bitcoin is not a suitable medium for storing value. Just look at the highly volatile exchange rate and that will demonstrate that," close quote. Of course it's bloody volatile. And you know how to reduce that? By widening the adoption, getting more people involved and using it so the liquidity increases. It's these very statements from central bankers that keep people from using Bitcoin and calming that volatility. Do you not see that? Moving on from there, under this heading of German bias, in the blue, meanwhile, Carl continued defining Bitcoin as something which he, quote, "does not see as a currency, but which is distributed by what he calls, quote, unknown actors." Now, if that isn't clear evidence of completely misunderstanding Bitcoin, I do not know what is. You don't have to know who the actors are. That's the whole point of having a currency with no counterparty risk. And look at the language here, right? From our point of view, and does not see it as a currency. So these are not statements of what Bitcoin is. They are statements of what the person thinks Bitcoin is. The problem is that the average German person hears these words coming out of the mouth of an apparent financial authority figure, and then they come to a conclusion about Bitcoin as if what they heard were true. And the thing about Bitcoin, because its truth is based in mathematics, which is objective, you can verify it. And then the final bit here in purple, quote, "Whoever considers Bitcoin as stable as the dollar or the euro must bear responsibility for it." He also says here that the central bank would not be making any investment decisions on behalf of its citizens. Oh, come on now. Who the hell is going to think Bitcoin is as stable as the dollar or the euro? Right, again, with regards to the market cap, how can a board member of the Bundesbank say things like this? Does he not even realize he's making comparisons between Bitcoin and fiat currencies, which have, the fiat currencies have hundreds of times the market cap of Bitcoin? So how can you reasonably compare the two? It's just not apples for apples. And if you can't see that, well, that really puts some doubt in my mind as to whether he should be on the board of a central bank. And this bit about, quote, "not making any investment decisions on behalf of the citizens," close quote. Well, that's BS because you've already done that. You just told us that Bitcoin is not a stable store of value. You told them that it's purely a speculative object, and then it was created by unknown actors. You are actively trying to put the German people off Bitcoin. And meanwhile, cryptocurrency millionaires are being made by the day. Instead of providing objective and well-researched education to the German people so they can decide for themselves, you prefer to spread fear, doubt, and uncertainty, so the citizens continue to use the precious fiat currency that is issued by none other than the German central bank itself. My advice to the German people? Take everything you hear from an external authority and then verify or falsify it for yourself. Is Bitcoin volatile? What does that even mean? Does it matter? Is Bitcoin created by unknown actors? What does that mean, and does it matter? What else is there to know about Bitcoin that the German central bank hasn't told you? Right, once you have answers to these questions, then and only then can you come to any kind of conclusion as to what Bitcoin is or is not. Fail to do that, and you are leaving control of your financial life in someone else's hands. Someone you can't guarantee has your best interests at heart. So thanks for joining me today, guys. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. And please support the Cryptoverse and boost cryptocurrency adoption by going to cryptoversity.com/podcast and becoming a patron. From just a few dollars a month, you can secure Cryptoversity's future, get unlimited access to all Cryptoversity courses, and access a private patrons-only chat group where you get direct access to me. That is all for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.